You know, I've gotten a lot more interested in the Sakuga of anime over the past year. Normally I'm not one to use a Japanese word when a English equivalent is available, but I find the term useful because there's a difference between animation and animation. This interest led me to a 2013 anime by Tatsunoko Productions. I'm Shonen Jack and welcome to day 3 of the 12 days of anime. Today, Yozakura Quartet, Hana no Uta.
用がインター降りてすぐお店は9時には閉まるけど早寝早起きいいじゃないツンツンデレツンデレツンツンツンツンデレツン
Yozakura Quartet slipped my notice the first time around, and I had mostly avoided it too because I only knew it as the origin of this gif. But I later discovered it was also the origin of this one. I'd even seen an episode of it at Anime Club and just not remembered about it. When I eventually found out that I had an earworm stuck in my head that came from this series, that was the last straw, so I sat down and watched the whole thing. Where to even begin describing this series? The basic plot setup is this. The town of Sakurashin lies between the borders of the human and yokai world, and as such it attracts many yokai who travel there in preparation to go to the other side. Our main characters are leaders in the town, responsible for helping and protecting its citizens, both human and yokai. The way the story is structured reminds me a lot of Dere. We're immediately dropped into the middle of things, and the opening episodes can be confusing even with the bits of exposition. You have all these characters with their own stories and histories together that we aren't necessarily privy to. That comparison is no mistake either, as the original mangaka worked as the character designer for Dere, and there's also a lot of overlap in the voice cast. So let's talk about that animation. Everything in this show looks and sounds amazing, from the lively and energetic characters to the flashy explosions and solid choreography. Sometimes the show uses that animation in ways that don't agree with me, but that's a small gripe. The characters and their powers allow for some really creative fight scenes. You have a pair of super strong ogres, a necromancer, a magician, a high-flying lancer, and Kotaha, who has the power to create anything she can think of with her voice, as long as she knows its properties and makeup. And she uses it to great effect, like when she creates a huge rail cannon, or when she crashes stealth bombers into a giant golem. One of the most crucial things to get right in animation is impact, and the action of Yozakura Quartet is brimming with it. Check out this scene of the classic anime trope of cutting a bullet in two with a sword. You don't even see the cut, just where the two halves of the bullet end up. This impact is so important because it makes these drawings, simple paper and ink, feel real. Actions need to have weight and force behind them to make them feel believable. When someone gets punched, it should look like it hurts. It also helps if the sound design is there to back it up. I could go on and on, so let's just look at one more scene. The villain has just royally effed up by injuring one of the friends in the main group, and the only thing that awaits him is a savage beatdown. The ogres take a page from Shizuo's book, tossing cars and street lamps. Kotaha uses her power to create nothing messy like a weapon, but pure force. And the Lancer attacks him with the unbridled rage of a dragon. I promise to stop there, but please check out the series if you haven't. I've left a helpful watch order in the description below. Needless to say, this has become one of my favorite action series. And this won't be the last time that we talk about Sakuga in my 12 days of anime. Please leave your thoughts down below in the comments. I will see you all tomorrow. I don't have any clever hint planned for the next video, so I'll just tell you it's a top list. Till then.